Okay, welcome to Fox Lab. Today we are gonna create procedural branching like this with using Fox particles, of course. And you need Fox particles 1.18 or above. Anyway, this branching is kind of procedural. If you change a seed, it will change, and you'll get something like this around somewhere here. Come on, back it up. Yeah, you will create something like this or this or this, and this one is kinda actually an accidental one, but I kinda like it from some of the angles, and I kept it there. We'll look into that one too. Okay, so we'll create this one from the scratch. Let's delete or no, just create a new project. Just create a new project and let's start. I did add my Fox particles here as a tool set, but we'll use this one so that you can see what what are the tools I'm using here. We don't have we have the names here too, so we can use that one. Anyway, we'll create an emitter first, and I know this both of them have the same icons, and the next version is there will be a change in that one. Anyway, we'll create the first one is actually the normal Fox emitter. I'll create that emitter, and we have a thinking practical emitters. I'll set it to 90 degree. I'm still kind of not used to this one. Changing the position, I don't know why did they do that, but it's kind of annoying. Anyway, we'll create that one, and let's reduce the number to somewhere 3 or no, sorry, not in this one. We'll go to shorts and change it to 3 or something, and we don't need that much particle. If we do that now, it will create 3 particles in every frame. We just need 3 particles, so we'll stop emission at first frame. And the first frame, that one is actually the leftovers. We press, there is 3 particles here. Okay, we'll give it a group. You don't have to, sorry, you have to, but you don't have to do that now, but I'll give it the first group, and we'll name it A. Okay, just for ABC. A, this is the group A, and if we play, those 3 are in red color, and that's actually group A. This is the birth group, and it will be A from the start itself. Anyway, we need the second group as branching somewhere here, so we'll make another group, add another group, and let's call this one B. And the thing we have to do is actually create a second emitter, not the Fox emitter one, the split emitter one. This one is actually Fox split emitter. I don't know why this is showing the names and this is not showing the names. Let's see, we can. And yeah, we'll create a Fox split emitter. When you create Fox split emitter, you should be careful because it'll cause some issues, and we only have 3 particles now. It won't be having that much issue. If you have so many particles, you have to be careful. You have to do it like this. Pause your animation, create one. The problem is this thing, it automatically creates some emitters on the particles at that time, even though it is not working. Don't press play. Before pressing play, you have to give it some emit from group, otherwise it will be looking for all the particles and it will be a chaos. So you can see the warning here, birth group cannot be child of same emitter. I'll show you why it shouldn't be like that, and it can't be all group or anything like that. So you have to give a group for emit from particles. Okay, you have to give it the, and go back. Now press play. You can see that there's a particle here and it is emitting particles from that emitter. Okay, let's give it group B here, and let's give the group B a color of green. Okay, now let's try it again, and it's working. Now let's go to split emitter, change the type to at the depth, and count of, I don't know, maybe we'll change this one to short 2, and we'll put it in for now. Okay, now if we press play, and I don't think it is gonna die, let's give it some frames of 500 maybe, and in focus emitter we'll do 90 and give it some life variation of 50%. Okay, so this won't be dying. I'll show you if we stop emitting that one. And where is our focus? I think particles, yeah, particles will die in a variation, with a variation. Okay, think I messed it up. Did I? No, I don't. Maybe I'll change some seeds and it will look like somewhat okay, we have a variation there. Maybe giving it a 90% of variation will do the trick. Yep, it is dying in different times and creating a second emitter. You can see that, sorry, second particles. There is some of the particles here. Let's see one more time. And when they die, they're creating some particles. This is actually 4 particles in the same place. In split emitter, the speed is actually 0 by default. We'll give it some 100, same number of that, and you can see those particles are traveling in Z. Let's see in this angle. Come on, 3 particles, and it's traveling in the Z direction. We need that to travel to the up, and we'll go to split emitter and change that direction to 90 degrees angle. Now if we hit play, it will die, and that second particle is traveling upwards. Those particles as actually 4 particles here, 4 particles here, 4 particles here. You can see total of 12 particles are there. So we need to split it again. So we'll go to that split emitter shape, and we give some X angle and Y angle, maybe, I don't know, 90 degree. The trick is here, if you select both and if you press Control Enter, both of those will be 90 degree, whatever angle you have tried here. Instead of Enter, you just do Control Enter. Wait a minute, I forgot to turn on that input thing. Now you can see whatever I am typing. So if you change this to 45 degree, press Control Enter. I don't know why that number 4 is, I think my keyboard just checked. So if you press it 90 degree, Control Enter. Okay, so both will change at the time. If select more than one, you can select this one and this one to press 100 and press Enter. It will be 100 and 1000, because this one is actually percentage, so we'll change it back to 0. But if it is using same unit, you can do that. Okay, now if we press play, you can see that one will be there and it's splitting. Okay, now we'll create another one, press add, and we'll do this one C, and we'll give it some yellow color. Doesn't matter, that one is green. Let's go one blue. Color doesn't matter, but for visualization we'll do that. And we'll create another split emitter or make a duplicate of this, so that we have all these settings on that one, but change that B to C. Now let's look into that. Let's that splitting, and okay, that's one. It's actually not dying. We'll go back to here. Sorry, we have to turn this non-stop on for work with split emitter. I forgot that, and we'll give some variation of 90 degree. We have to do this because otherwise it will be stopping at 90 frames. So whenever the split happens or the death happens of this D group, it won't be emitting anymore. It will this emitter is stopping at 90 frame, and the death happens at somewhere here, so it won't be emitting anymore. So we have to turn this non-stop on for maybe all of them, because why did I turn this non-stop on here? I'll show you why it is. Maybe don't need that non-stop, otherwise yeah, we don't need that non-stop on Fox emitter, but for split emitters we turn the non-stop on, and let's see what happens now. And it's splitting, and whenever this dies it's split again. Okay, whenever the second B dies it's split again to C. Now we'll create another one, and this time we are not gonna create B and C. We'll go C, sorry, with C we'll go with A. Okay, you have to be careful, you can't use same group as the group. There will be a warning, you have to make this as nice. So we'll change this one to A again. Now let's see what happens. If we press play, the A goes to B, B goes to C, C goes to B, and it will continue infinitely. Okay, and around somewhere here it will be lagging. My system is okay, maybe yours will be laptop or something, it will be crashing there. So we have to limit our particles here. So we can go to thinking particles, this option, thinking particle settings. If you don't see this here, you can go simulate thinking particle and TP settings. You can open this as a separate window, or however you like. You can dock it somewhere in your screen, that's your preference. Okay, here there is an option for max particles. This is actually for globally. If you limit to 10 particles, the Cinema 4D will only allow 10 particles at a time. We just need maybe 20 particles at a time. Let's try play, and it's splitting and splitting and splitting. You can see that some of the particles die and it continues. Okay, that will continue, and yeah, it is I'll turn this off to symbol right now because I don't want to restart my playback. Okay, anyway, I'll keep it 20 for now. We might change after creating branches. Now we need to make a tracer for all of this. We'll create a tracer, and for that we'll go here and create a tracer. Maybe tracer calculate after Fox emitter, and we don't need split emitter 2 here. We need all these particles, or we can just use this all, and I kind of prefer make another group, and let's call it parent group, and put all of these inside parent group, and now can give it some yellow color. Maybe you don't have to give the color, I kind of like it, and we'll use parent group here, so it will be tracing all of these particles. Let's see, now it's tracing and tracing and tracing. Some of them stop because of our max particles limit, and it's doing its thing, and it will create particles procedurally, sorry, branches procedurally. Or you can go change it to some other seed. maybe, and you can change any of these seats. Let's change some of those, and maybe some of those. Now let's play it again. Okay, let's go back and play it again, and select the tracer to visibility, and it's creating a different one, right? You can use this for, I don't know, maybe trees or veins growing. You can use a surface deform. I'll do a platonic here. That platonic is too small. I'll put it somewhere here maybe, and we'll give it a surface Fox surface event, and we need that platonic here. And if I play it again, you can see it will be branching on that surface. You can do whatever you like. Wherever you need a branching, you can use this split emitter. Okay, now let's just delete that one and delete that one. Now you can see just because we delete in between that one, it created a crazy kind of shape. Anyway, let's go back, and maybe we'll limit that's like that one. You can reduce the limit to maybe 5 or so, and we play now. It will give a different result, and let's see what happens. Okay, I'll change it to 20 again. I kind of like that one. Now you know the usual things. You can sweep. I'm not using sweep because I'll show you. If I use sweep and maybe inside, put it here. Let's do it somewhat 10 or something. You can see it's working. There will be some artifacts. Don't worry about that. You can't fix that with Mospline, I think. But the problem is that if you look into the wireframe mode, there is a lot of particles, and this one is going for infinite, and it will be a lot of polygons here. So I'm not using that one. Instead of sweep, we'll use a cylinder and a spline wrap. I like spline wrap, and we'll put it after tracer, and we'll put that spline here, and we need that one in Y, I believe. Yes, Y, and we don't need that much radius. We'll reduce it to somewhere here, and switching to this spline wrap, you can reduce the height segment to 1, and there will be only one segment for one bend, and we don't need the caps. We can reduce the rotation segment to somewhat pentagonal, 5 segments. Okay, that's enough. Let's hit play, and it will grow and grow and grow. If we change this to 1000, it will grow infinitely. Let's say you need to stop that around 400. Let's put it back to maybe 600. Now you need to stop that one around 300. Okay, all you have to do is go to all the split emitters, change this non-stop to 300 of the non-stop, and stop emission at 300. So let's play. Maybe it won't be stopping at exact 300, but somewhere there. Okay, let's see 300, and it's not emitting anymore. If you want to put it in exact 300, you can put this on 2 and 210, I believe. Yeah, 210, and the 90 frame will accommodate. I don't know what the word to use there. I'll change this back to here. Now you can see it stopped emitting at 210, and then at 300, it will die. And that's how you limit this particle system. Now let's back to non-stop and go back. It will be infinitely creating those branches. Okay, that's how you do it. Now let's look at how I got this accidental one. I was actually baking these particles with a matrix. The thing with Fox particles or thinking Fox particles, actually thinking particles redesigned, you can say that. Anyway, so thinking particles cannot be baked in Cinema 4D, so the only method is you can use a matrix object and change this one to object. We can use this parent group here and maybe particle scale. I don't have any scale still. I can use that one, and we can put this matrix here. Let's go to MoGraph. Where's the MoGraph thing? MoGraph tags, MoGraph cache, and bake it. We can bake the matrix object, not that any particles. Now if I press play, you can see that matrices are baked, and I was trying to use that matrix instead of this parent group. I put it here, and the thing is that whenever my particle dies, the matrix will respawn somewhere here, and the particle or matrix ID number will be the same, so it will be a cross section there. So let's see what happens. Why is that not tracer? Let's play. Maybe the order thing I can. The particles of no, that won't hide the particles. We'll put it in dots maybe, and let's see why it is not. I'll create a different tracer. I don't know why tracer stopped working, and we'll put the matrix objects there. Yeah, now it's working. I don't know, that was a bug or something, and we can use that tracer inside the spline, and we get this because we don't have any segments in height. If we increase, we get that thing I was talking about. You can see that particles are jumping one place to another. Okay, that's how I created or I got that one. Okay, you can increase height segments for more and more result, or you can use a sweep here because it will create the segments automatically or polygons automatically. Okay, anyway, that's how you do it. See you in the next tutorial.